Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, Random County. Welcome to this episode of the Random and Roulette Podcast. I am your host, A Bag of Cat Food, and I am joined by the always insane Spooky Tsuki.
Cat food. And
No.
suddenly cat screaming in the
A
background.
bag of cat food, not just cat food.
No, just cat food.
But, okay.
You get nothing. Nothing for you. Yeah, so we just got back from a trip.
It was rad.
It was something.
I was the highest I'd ever been in my entire life. Well, on my own 2 feet, I guess. I've flown in a plane before.
I mean, but you didn't walk all the way up there.
Well, no.
Because you had to take a car to get to a certain amount of footage.
bottom
And then went up from there. Which is fun.
No, my little Trails app said that I reached the highest I'd ever been to, and it was 12,230 feet.
Yeah.
There was snow in July. It was great.
That happens in places where it's cold and high. That'll happen.
Well, the other one that we did, there was no snow up there, but there was a very spooky mine.
Yeah, I had read about that one.
Yeah.
When we had previously kind of come upon it and decided not to do it at that time.
Yeah, that one was pretty grueling. It was a steady incline the entire time. It was...
By the time by the time that we had found it that time, we had already gone on like 2 big ones. We were like, no,
I'm good.
we're not going to do that. That sounds like accidentally die type of territory.
Well, but that other one by Breckenridge that we did, like the one that was kind of down there, that was really cool. I'd want to do that, mess of those trails again.
I don't know. Those ones were kind of almost too mellow.
Yeah, they weren't like insane.
No.
Like somebody, man, she just...
Yeah, she's on the other side too, doing that. by the way.
Yes.
But yeah, it was good.
How's your trip back? When'd you get in?
2:30
Oh,
in the morning.
I'm sure you slept most of the way.
No,
Oh yeah, you don't sleep in cars, do you?
I do and I don't.
Oh, what the hell?
Depends on the day. But yeah, getting down there was lovely and stressful.
Yeah.
And then getting back was also lovely and stressful. So
I thought the point of road trips is, the road trip. What else?
I mean, yeah, we did road trip.
Yeah.
It was just it was an interesting time.
Yes.
But yeah, I had went to a really good Japanese store in Denver and bought a whole bunch of shit that would have cost like an arm and a leg to ship.
Hell yeah.
So that was cool.
What'd you get?
Refill packets for everything that I already currently have.
I love your makeup.
No, it's not makeup. It's like
No, like your soaps
body
and stuff.
wash,
Yeah.
and then like my sheet deodorizer, and what else did I get? I got some lip balms with sunscreen in them. One thing about like American lip balms with sunscreen in them is you can taste the sunscreen.
Yeah.
But you can't in Japanese lip balms, which is really nice. Big fan of that.
What's the main difference in that? Do you know? Just because it's not bad, or just
I have no idea.
petroleum jelly.
It's whatever sunscreen that we use over here. It's just not as good. But they do have like far superior sunscreens that we have by leagues.
Well, not to be racist or anything, but aren't most Asian people pretty fair skinned and they need it a little bit more?
No, they're like olive colored.
Oh.
We're paler than they are. They just do science better over everything. They even have like better toothpaste and everything than us. We have the shit stuff over here.
Wow. Yeah, full of sodium lauryl sulfate. Yeah.
Then what else did we had noodles. That was good.
Yeah, little hole in the wall ramen shop is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you always go to like the shitty ramen shops and they have the best ramen all the time.
It's like the shitty Mexican food places.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
What else did we do? We did some shops.
Yes. And we did some walks.
We did some walks. We did some beers.
Oh, yeah.
We watched Event Horizon, which didn't make any sense.
Of course.
Didn't understand.
It's a cosmic horror movie.
I had
it's
heard
not your
of
jam.
I had heard about it before. I was like, oh, cool. It must be like really good because it's super popular or whatever. Because I've heard about it a lot. And I watched it and I was like, that didn't make any sense. I don't know what that was about.
The ship was possessed.
What was this movie? I'm so confused.
We just watched it.
Explained nothing about anything whatsoever. Shit was just weird, and that's the way it was. And it's like, I don't like movies that are just like, oh, people died for whatever reason. No reason. And it's like, this is stupid. What, like, make the people die, but, like, tell me why. Not just like, oh, they died.
No, because the ship was possessed.
By what?
Literal hell itself.
That doesn't make any sense in space.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
That's what the whole Warhammer 40k universe is based off of.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that either.
Oh, okay. So, 30,000 years in the future.
I don't give a shit. I will not. And then, yeah, like, I only have the attention span for one movie, and if I decided that movie was bullshit, that's it. No more movies for me. I move it out.
The Ungentlemanly Warfare movie looked really good, but I wanted a hot tub instead.
Yeah, it did look good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd sit down and watch it.
No, I totally would.
No, I don't know. I'm not a movie watcher, I don't think. I just am not.
Yeah, I have a hard time like watching movies by myself. Like I need someone there with me. Same thing with like TV shows. And since I live, just with my cat, I don't even want to watch TV shows.
Like if the husband and I are gonna do something, I'd rather like play games or something.
Yeah.
Where I can actually like do
Yeah.
shit.
But yeah.
I don't know.
And I think that's one of the reasons why I prefer video games a little bit more is because it seems like it's more interactive.
Yeah.
Like when you're watching a show, that's the only thing you're doing.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Just not big on movies.
Mm.
But yeah, it was fun for some parts.
It was pretty fun. Well, now that we're almost 10 minutes into this thing, we took a little bit of a hiatus, mostly because I can't schedule for shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
How's your planner going already?
I found out it's not a planner. It's just a way to keep dates, which is a different thing. It just has dates across the top of everything. So it's like when you date like entries in a notebook, that's what it's for.
I don't think so, but all right. I'll have to look at. I looked at that one in the store. It's still a planner. You just gotta
probably
do it right.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's why I have the one that I have because it's already laid out and shit, and I like it.
So in the interim that we haven't recorded, the 3 or 4 weeks, we've been doing a bunch of stuff. At least I have. One thing I went to the Henry Zoo. I haven't been there in years, and it was kind of hot that day. It was right after like the 4th of July.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really unbearable. It did kind of rain a little bit, and I forgot how big that place is.
It is quite large, yes.
I guess they do a like an adults only.
Oh yeah, they've been doing that for years.
Where it's like on the weekends, like after 5 o'clock, like you can walk around with booze, and there's no children.
Yeah.
But you can still just like see all the animals.
Yep. That's been happening for at least the past 5 or 6 years. They've been doing that.
Which is actually probably the best place to go, or best time to go, because that's when the animals start to get active, is right at dusk.
Yeah, some of them would be more active.
And then you get into the dark, into the kingdom of the night, like under the desert dome.
Get eaten by crocodiles.
Yeah. They have a whole ass beaver down there.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool. Anyway, when I was there, I got some stuff. I got a new shark from my desk.
Oh, shit, my cousin works there.
She does?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't she take care of like the giraffes or something like that?
She does all kinds of shit there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I just remember that. I was like, hey, wait a minute. Somebody was talking about how there's a certain type of something that there's too many of, so when they, like, catch them, they, like, have to ship them off somewhere or something because they have too many, and it's, like, overrunning stuff.
Yeah. Like, if they don't control their breeding, I guess.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, hey, wait a minute. I know somebody that works there. So, yeah.
I got your niece jellyfish. It was pretty cool. And I got you...
Oh, an axolotl.
a little stuffed axolotl.
Yay.
One of my favorite episodes we've ever recorded was the salamanders and axolotls one. That was one we did in... I think we did that in Keystone, didn't we? When we recorded that one?
No, we did Prohibition.
That's right.
When did we do that? I think we were here.
Yeah.
Axolotls.
I think that was what we rolled. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, what's a cool stuffed animal that no one has that you don't have yet? And then I found a little axolotl.
Now he fills the empty spot on the couch.
There you go. Now you can't have any more plushies. It was that or there was like there's a manta ray plushie that was kind of cool, but it was like huge. And I was like,
flaps. We'd have to like hang him from the ceiling or something.
But the jellyfish plushie that I got for Via, like it hangs. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Because she's still small. She lays on her back all the time.
Yeah, apparently she listens to us.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
In the car. Hi, Via. We love you.
Oh, hi. So yeah, the Henry Roller Zoo is still awesome. I kind of forget that, Nebraska has like top 5 world zoos.
Yeah, which is weird, but also it's kind of the middle of nothing land. Here.
Also, of like all the famous Nebraskans, I don't know who the hell Henry Dorley is.
Oh. Well, that could be a topic at some point. That might be kind of fun.
Yeah, he's probably just some rich bastard.
Probably.
But, I don't know. Yeah.
I know, you'd think they name him after, like, Warren Buffett or something.
I think...
Because he's, like, the Nebraska guy.
Yeah, but I think it was, like, I don't know, maybe he was some type of, like, zoologist or something like that came from Nebraska.
We'd have to
or,
check
like,
it out.
he, like, founded the thing.
I have no idea. I haven't heard at all.
There's actually a lot of the stuff, I mean, it's named after donors, obviously.
Yeah.
Like the Scott Aquarium. I don't know who the Scotts are.
I don't know where the Scott Aquarium is.
It's in the zoo.
Oh,
It's the aquarium there.
Never mind.
Where they have the coolest thing, well, the 2 coolest things. One, where the sharks, like, swim over the top of you in the tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
And then they have, like, the jellyfish tube.
Yeah. Those are fun.
Yeah.
What else have you been doing? You said you were doing other things.
So this note is more floods, more storms, more screams, more doses.
Oh, yeah, it's been...
Because actually...
It was raining there for like a hot minute, and it was like a lot.
Apparently, while we were gone, there was tornadoes in Norfolk.
Yep, I
completely just missed that.
No, we did not miss it. He was like he's on top of the weather all the time.
Oh.
So he said something. You just weren't listening.
Oh, well, no, I meant we missed it like it happened when we were here.
Yeah. That's happened a few times too. The one time we were in Seattle and there was like a bad storm here and my mother-in-law was staying, so we called her and was like, hey, there's some bad storms. She was like, yeah, I'm aware. It's like, okay, bye. Back to vacation we go.
Oh, well, because we hadn't had a show. AGDQ, which is Awesome Games Done Quick. It's the speedrunning convention.
Oh, they did that again?
Yeah, so that was the first week in July. They raised $2.5 million for Doctors Without Borders.
Nice.
So, yeah, nerds saving the world. It's pretty rad.
Well, you missed the main point of somebody tried to murder the orange.
Yeah, but I don't care.
I don't either. I just thought that was... Also, Richard Simmons died.
Yeah, that one was kind of sad.
At 76.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The workout guy didn't care how you looked, just cared about how you felt.
Yep. So, more from Boeing.
Oh God.
The U.S. wants Boeing to plead guilty for fatal 737 MAX crashes. Yeah, that's fun. Boeing's really going through it right now, but they probably should.
See, I wonder if, like, because Boeing is an enormous company. Like, it's not just like their airliners. One, they're like, I mean, they make half of the airliners in the world for every airline. The other half is Airbus. But they also have like a bunch of like military contracts and stuff like that. Like they make satellites.
Yep.
And
Spacecraft.
Yeah, it's like if they go under, they should, because if they're a shitty company.
I don't think they'll go under, but
well, I think someone else will take their spot.
They should definitely like replace all their staff, maybe.
Oh yeah, perhaps.
So
not their staff, just their management.
Yeah, the
staff
management.
is fine.
The staff is fine, mostly. So NBA stuffs the Boston Celtics, whatever people say it different.
The basketball team's the Celtics. People from Ireland are the Celtics.
Yeah. So right after they won the NBA title, the majority owner put them up for sale.
Oh, jeez.
It's like, oh, That's brutal.
Like, we won. All right, get the fuck out.
I don't want this anymore. We won. Goodbye. So that's fun.
I don't know. I really don't think that's ever happened. Like, why would a championship team go up for sale?
Yeah. Majority owner is just like, all right, we won one.
Well, maybe,
Goodbye.
No, because the Celtics are actually very storied. Like, they've been good for years.
Yeah.
I'm just out of it, which is weird because usually rich bastards like that, they just have the line of succession.
Let's do it. Unless it was a really old guy. I guess I didn't really look at who it was that owned.
No, and that's what I mean. It's like he's just old and just don't want to do it anymore.
Didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
But even then, it's like, oh, go to my son or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Those are all space-related things. Should I do more space-related ones on this one or more on the next one?
Do one space.
One space?
Yes.
Okay. A SpaceX mega rocket launches into orbit and returns to Earth for the first time.
Oh, yeah, they launched Starship.
Yeah. And it came back and landed fine, apparently. Didn't have any bamboozles in the process. So that's good.
That is kind of rad. Like the model for that is, I mean, not to blow too much smoke up Elon's ass, but the model for it is really cool because they're reusable like that. What they'll do is they'll launch one up, and then they'll launch a second one. But the second one, instead of full of whatever payload, like be it satellites or equipment, people, they'll have the other one and launch it full of fuel, and they can refuel the other one.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's one of the ways that they're planning on doing long-term missions, like to the moon.
Yeah, to the moon would be cool.
Or even like to Mars, because most of the reason why rockets are so big is you have to carry a lot of fuel.
Yeah.
And 90% of the rocket is just fuel, and that's just to get out of Earth's gravity. And then, of course, the bigger thing you have at the top, the more fuel you need. It's exponential. So if you can refuel it in space where you don't have to fight gravity as much, you can go a lot farther with a lot less.
Less fuel.
Which is neat.
Trying to think of what I've been up to. I've been literally working or sleeping since we've gotten back until now.
I think I had the post-vacation crash because we got in at like midnight and a half.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I got to go to work early tomorrow morning. So I just, went right to bed. But yesterday after work, I just came home and just took a 2-hour nap.
Yeah, no, I didn't get that because we got home at 2:30. I got up at 8:30 to get to work. And then I went and I cleaned for a client. Mm-hmm. And then I went to bed and I got up for work today. And I've been working until I was working until 6. So I laid down for a little bit with the intention of taking a nap. And then you showed up. You showed up like 10 minutes later. So.
Oh, well, you told me to be here at 6.
I know. You actually showed up on time.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Well, no, because I'm trying to make up for it for effing up the schedule last time.
I was anticipating more time for a nap. So yeah, I've been working. Mm-hmm. But before that, I was working because for some reason work really likes to load me up with a bunch of stuff right before I'm supposed to go on vacation.
Of course.
I'm like, I hate this so much. This is way more.
This makes me not want to come back.
Yeah. It's like, this sucks. So yeah, working, studying, doing my thing. Oh, I worked on my car.
Oh yeah, I saw it as I was driving up. Like the blackout lights look really cool.
Yeah. Well, those have been on for about 2 months now, I think. But I got to redo them because the one's coming off. Then my dad was like, you can't see the reverse lights. I was like, oh, fuck, fine. So I'm going to redo them and then cut out.
You have to cut out the
reverse whole.
Can you see the brake lights?
I don't know.
Is that thing even going to be straight legal by the time you get done with it?
Probably not. It probably isn't already, and then I'm going to put window tint on it.
All right.
So, no, probably
well, you were going to wrap body panels with it, weren't you?
Yeah, that's going to wait until the winter, though, because it's too fucking hot out to deal with that shit. I got all of the paint on the guitar body.
Oh, yeah, I saw that you stained the neck.
Oh, that I did quite some time. I did that, pretty quickly after I took it apart.
I see.
So that's been done for a while. But the body is drying. I have to wait another couple days before I can start doing the finishing process.
Oh, because the paint has to actually cure, not just set up.
Yeah, so the clear coats have to dry basically.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks pretty good as of now, except for a couple spots are kind of weirdly got lumpy.
Like orange peely?
Yeah, kind of like just a little bit of... It's less like orange peel and more like a light sandpaper feeling.
Okay. Do you sand it between all your coats?
No, you're not supposed to with the stuff that I used.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But I had to do like 15,000 fucking coats on that thing. So you start with, you clean it all off. You start with a sandable, 3 coats of sandable primer. You sand that, which is clear, by the way. I thought it was going to be like white.
Gray.
White.
Yeah.
It was not. So 3 coats of that sand, 3 coats of white primer, because I did a metallic.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to have white primer. Oh, wait, I forgot the grain filler before that. So the very first thing you have to do is sand that bitch down.
I see.
Put some grain filler in it. Let that do its thing. Then do the sandable primer, which is clear. 3 coats of that, hour in between each. And let that dry overnight. Sand that. Do the white 3 coats of primer. White primer, 1 hour between each. Sand that shit down overnight. And then it's however many coats you can get out of the can of the color.
So is this just like Rust-Oleum rattle can, or is this like a specific finish?
They are in rattle cans, but it's not like it's like an actual guitar finish stuff.
Okay.
You can't just use.
Well, I didn't know if it was actually like you had to mix it yourself and run it with like an air compressor or like an actual paint gun.
I don't have a paint gun, so I'm always going to pick the rattle cans because I don't want to buy a paint gun either. But I don't know, maybe someday, not anytime soon. Yeah. So then you do all the color coats, and you got to be careful with the metallic pools if you get it too wet and blah blah blah.
Yeah, well, okay. So I think I saw pictures of you had it hanging as you're painting it, which okay. But like if you put it on too thick, like it'll run. Is that the idea? Because how does you already have to do that horizontally?
That is, but like that's less of a worry with the nozzle that they have on the cans. It's more of if you get it too thick in one area, all of the metallic will like pool a certain way, and you'll be able to see it.
Okay,
so you have to be careful that way, which I think I did in one spot on accident because my finger was getting so gooped up from everything that it got stuck on the nozzle. So then I was like, oh shit. But yeah, but you can't sand any of the color coats because you'll mess it up. And then you get as many coats as you can out of 3 cans of gloss. So you get 1 sand, 1 white, 1 color, and 3 coats of clear.
Nope.
3 bottles of clear, and you just put that shit on there.
So what color is the body now?
It's the final color. It's dark green with metallic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. I think the last update picture I saw of it, it was in white. Yeah, so it was all...
Should be green. Should have been green.
Well, no, that was the last one you sent me. I'm sure it's different now.
Oh.
But
Well, I put it on the good old TikTok.
oh. Maybe I did see it there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can find Spooky Tsuki on TikTok. At Spooky Tsuki.
Yes. And yeah, the guitar right now is hanging in my closet upstairs.
Stanking up the place with all the paint fumes.
It's not that stinky. It was never that stinky, which is cool. And I
Oh.
wore like a thing the whole time.
Respirator.
Big old respirator the whole time. And then yeah, I did my car the same way. That was a bitch to take all those parts out of there.
Yeah. Well, I thought some of them you had to actually do like in place.
I did. I have to do the center part, the handles, and the middle icon on the steering wheel, but I'm going to have to touch that up or redo it. I haven't decided which because some of it peeled off in the metal part because it stuck to the tape too much. So I haven't decided what to do there so much. I had it vinyl wrapped the first time, then I was like, we could probably do better with the paint, and now the paint looks worse than the vinyl wrap that I had on it, so that kind of sucks, but it'd be that way.
Wait, so you painted the interior trim parts?
Yeah.
Oh.
With vinyl paint.
Oh, yeah,
can.
you were talking about that.
So I can do like a vinyl where I'll just like, I whip it off. But I'm kind of thinking that if it like starts getting cruddy looking and I have to redo it next time, I'm just going to paint it. That vinyl shit was kind of hard to work with.
No, I was gonna say you should vinyl wrap the lower trim pieces on the Tsuki because they're that weird like plastic gray.
Oh, just get plastic restore. That's what I did with the smart car.
No, but I want it to be like cool.
That's not going to help your car any.
No,
you're going to have to do a lot more than just that.
And I really like the way that you did on the interior trim pieces, so maybe I'll have you do that too.
To what part? You don't have like any silver in your car, do you?
Yeah, there is.
Jesus.
On the doors, on the dash.
You want glitter in your car?
No, not just. I would pick a different vinyl.
Oh well, if you do in the can, you only get like 3 color choices.
Well, no, I was thinking like the sheets.
Oh fuck that! I'm not doing vinyl interior sheets. Absolutely not. That shit is difficult. That's why I sprayed all mine.
I see.
Because I tried to do it with the sheet, and it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but it's all like glittery and rainbow. It's like,
yeah.
How does that work with the spray?
I put that on separately. That was a different can of stuff. So you put the vinyl on first, and then you put whatever kind of top coat stuff you want on it.
I see.
Which is what I did. So I put the holographic glitter on it, because I thought that was sick.
That is sick.
So you can get black, white, red, or blue, I think, in a can. And that's it. That's all you get. You could put like a cool top coat over it, but I don't know. You'd have to look what they got out there. But yeah, it was interesting.
But yeah, you're doing the whole Renaissance Woman thing again, where new skill, must add XP, new skill tree unlocked.
Yeah, and then I'll never use it again, probably. Like, I'm going to wrap my car and then be like, well, that's it for that. Got all the tools, but I'll never use them again. I don't know. We'll see how
You
crazy
could,
we get.
well, with that technology, you could wrap pretty much anything, right?
Not really. They make it look really easy on the internet, but that's a fucking lie.
My favorite is when they do like rims, and they do it while the rims are still on the car.
Well, yeah, you have to get it stretched right.
What?
Shh, just don't question.
Oh, okay.
Just don't. But yeah, they like make it look so easy on the internet, where they just like stick it on and then like whoop, 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 and it's like, no, that's not doing it right. No. If you're doing it right,
Instagram has lied to me how easy this is.
It doesn't take. Yeah, it takes a while to do it. Instagram is a lie. Which, no surprise there. I think people are getting more and more realizing that the stuff on social media is bullshit.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, but there's certain things that I think definitely aren't. Like, I do like all like the cooking stuff.
Yeah, but like,
that's kind of ubiquitous now.
Here's the thing about cooking on the internet is you can't taste it. You can't taste the final product that they made, so you have no idea if it's good or not.
Well, yeah, but I think it gives you a little bit more inspiration to at least try.
Oh.
And they're kind of just easy things to save. Like there's that Australian guy that's got the long hair that kind of looks like your boy.
Nope. I don't have any cooking stuff on my Instagram, so I have no idea what you're going to...
No, but he always like drops F-bombs.
Nope.
It's just like, a packet of chili now. Fuck that.
Yeah, no, I don't have any cooking on my...
There's one where he makes hash browns.
Anyway. What do you got there?
Well, this is some of my leftover beer from the trip.
Oh.
This is Odell, because they're a Colorado brew. So I'm in Colorado, do as Coloradans do. This is just a Pilsner. It's pretty good. It came in a variety pack.
I don't think I bought any beer while I was there.
You bought gin.
I bought 2.
And you bought a sake.
Oh, I forgot about that sake. We're supposed to drink that.
Ended up in the hot tub.
Yeah. Forgot about that. Yeah, I guess that's all I got. But I brought
yeah, you brought a bunch of ciders. That's right. I was like, you had something in cans.
I have so many. I don't need to buy more.
Are you still part of the mail-in club for Glacial Till?
I should get... What was it?
Did they do it like is it monthly?
No, it's quarterly. So it's season.
Oh, so it should be the summer stuff then.
Yeah, let me look. I know one of them was watermelon, and I swapped it out because I don't like watermelon flavored things. That's an ick to me.
Hmm.
And then, I swapped it out for the apricot one again because I freaking
That
love
one's pretty
that
good.
one. And then one of them was Remen,
Fremen.
like a Remen shandy cider. And gosh, now I can't find it because my email's being stupid. My phone also is only at 6%.
What the hell? You're at home in your office. Isn't this where the charger lives?
Yeah, but like, I use my calculator on here
Wow.
quite a bit. Oh, here we go. I think I found it now. Mixed berry, kiwi strawberry,
Ooh.
and lemon shandy, and then the apricot one is what I got. So yeah.
That does sound quite summary. And how many of those do you get? 12 total? You get 3 of each?
It really depends because some of the batches are like special and you only get 4 of them.
I see.
So it depends which ones you get that time. But I wasn't about that watermelon one, so no thank you. Ouch.
Also, while we're in Colorado, I got some Colorado Native, which is an amber done by, I think it's Golden Brewing Company out of Golden, Colorado. It's very good. But they actually, on purpose, don't sell it to outside the state. You can only actually get it in Colorado.
There's another person that makes beer in Golden besides Coors.
See, the first time I had that beer, it was at the Coors brewery.
Oh, so I wonder if they're like a sub
Yeah.
of Coors.
It could be like, oh, here, you can use our vats and shit.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's a separate company called Golden Brewing. But yeah, it's some of my favorites, and it's always, I don't get out to Colorado as much as I used to, and it's kind of hard to find, even when you're there.
I'm going to take those off because it's squishing my head. How do you deal with that?
Just power through, bro.
That's dumb.
One of the reasons why I wear like hats and or bandanas is because it holds my glasses on.
No. Okay. Anyway. And then I'm drinking some Magic Hour tea, but I forgot which one I put in the pot.
That's
so
good. I mean, it looks the color
Magic
gray.
Hour. All the time. Oh, I keep forgetting to have a tea party, but I've been so busy.
Yeah, so is everyone else this summertime.
I know. It's been crazy. Anyway, what you got? What did you spin? I forgot what you spun.
Fashion. Oh, wait, we're not going to advertise?
Oh, what are we going to advertise for? Ourselves?
Yeah.
We have t-shirts and things. We also have the social medias, and we have where you can give us money. So please do.
Patreon, Facebook, Instagram. We are also now on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting about that, too. I keep on forgetting to look if... I guess we haven't had an upload since then. But
No.
I don't know if they get automatically uploaded or not at this point.
I think they do. I'm not sure. I just know, I checked today. We had 44 views across all of our other episodes.
Oh.
So thank you.
I haven't looked at this thing, an analyzer thing in a while because I keep forgetting it's on there. Keep forgetting about it.
Mm.
Maybe someday I'll remember we're on there. But not today.
All right. So fashion. So there's a thing that everyone has.
You're talking into the top again, dude.
I'm getting adjusted.
You gotta angle it.
I
Gotta do the
now
angle.
Now that I'm not in casual. Now that I'm in like competitive ranked. I gotta switch stance.
Oh. I still don't like that fucking stand.
I don't mind it.
It's bad.
Well, the idea is it's supposed to come from horizontally. It's coming from the... Anyway. What do you think the most popular garment in the world is?
Pants?
It's a t-shirt.
That doesn't quite matter.
You're all narrow-eyed. No, it is.
Well, yeah, I guess you don't always have to have pants, but you do always have to have a top. But the top can be long enough where you don't have to have pants.
Well, and not all people wear pants.
But it can't be just a...
Yeah, the most ubiquitous clothing item in the world is a t-shirt.
I don't know about that, but all right.
And its origins are kind of... They start very, very humble. So underwear has always been a thing. Well, since we started wearing multiple layers of clothes.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
No, people didn't always have underwear.
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean?
They didn't.
You don't think so?
I know so.
How?
100%. You don't wear traditionally, you don't wear underwear under the Japanese kimono. So I know 100%.
Okay, in civilized Western culture.
That is civilized.
Really?
You're just talking about not white people.
You're-
You're just saying.
Really? You free ball under a kimono?
Yeah, up until actually the 60s. So they...
Again, when the Westerners
This is
came
funny.
in.
No, it's not, actually. It's because there was a building fire, and in order to get people down, they had to jump. And wearing a kimono and jumping in the wind and not wearing underoos. And people took pictures.
Oh, no.
So that's when they started wearing underwear under them.
I see.
So there you go.
Okay.
There's a fun fact for you that I don't know why I know that.
That's hilarious. So the T-shirt started out as a giant single-piece garment. Basically, think like a onesie, but for adults.
A nightgown.
Yeah, but this is what they would wear like under, like, think like 1700s.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't they wear them under their little silly uniforms that they
Your
would wear all the
pantaloons and your
time?
frocks. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone that you ever see with powder wig on, they have a onesie on underneath all that.
Yeah.
And it's the ridiculous classic like button butt flaps.
Yeah.
It's
So you
it's
don't
that
have to
thing.
take the whole thing off.
Yeah, so that was the original undergarment. It was very utilitarian. It was mostly to keep like other itchier fabrics off of you. So it was traditionally like one giant piece of woven cotton.
Oh, wait a minute. I guess I should revise my underwear under kimono thing, because men did wear underwear because they were like a weird, almost like diaper thing where you like wrapped everything around whatever. But women didn't. There you go. That's what I was going for.
I see. Yeah, so this yeah, everyone wore one, but it was mostly kind of like upper class. I mean, like if you're peasantry,
Well, I was gonna say women at that time had
they would still wear like full body suits, and then they would have
no.
like all their layers of skirts.
There would be split leg bloomers.
Mm.
So there would be, you would have your, maybe about, I don't know how to explain this.
You're
Because
holding
I'm
your
talking.
fingers about a foot and a half apart.
Yeah, so they go down to about above your knee, but then there's nothing in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
And that was pretty common, I think, if I remember right.
Okay.
I'm trying to, I don't remember specifically the timelines of those types of garments. I know the general items. But yeah, split leg bloomers were a thing. And then regular bloomers for a long time. But then at one point there was just like underskirts and nothing. But this is also for women. I don't know a lot about men's undergarments because I don't wear those.
You should give it a shot. It's liberating.
I mean, I'm happy with what I got for underwear. I just bought new ones.
So this is obviously all before the advent of electricity and washing machines and such. This is also the age of deep misogyny. So all the women did cooking, cleaning, all that stuff.
Yep.
Well, they found out that while one half of the garment would get dirtier more before the other half of the garment would.
Yeah.
And it was easier just to have them like rewear part of it instead of having to wash the whole goddamn thing when one piece of it got dirty.
Yeah.
So they ended up splitting it into pants and the shirt top. And this is where we actually get long johns from.
Long
It's the same idea.
johns.
So that was also the kind of the trend for a long time. And then of course, like seasonally, you buy like a bunch of these things.
Yeah. Well, okay, because back in the day, it was more common to wash your underwear, so those had to be usually like a more washable fabric.
Mm-hmm.
And then your outerwear was typically something a little more
Yeah.
heavy duty or robust, and you wouldn't really wash that
You just spot clean it.
unless it got really bad. And even then, it was kind of iffy depending on the fabric on how you could wash it.
Mm-hmm.
So like outer stuff would get washed not nearly as much as your inner wear or underwear.
Yes. Yeah, so that's why it was easier to kind of like split this whole thing, reduce, just labor time. Because, like, god damn, can you imagine having to wash each individual clothing item, like, like by your lonesome?
Oh, yeah, dude, I did it for
Yeah,
a little while.
Oh, yeah,
I lived
yeah.
at my apartment because I didn't want to pay for the dang washing machine.
Well, you also, like, take much better care of your stuff. Like, I just throw my shit in the laundry and hit go.
Yeah, I gotta sort some stuff out because I have delicate fabric things, so I gotta be careful on some things. But that's less of a problem with men because you just wear the same 4 shirt and pants combos for the rest of your existence.
I mean, yeah. So, seasonally, they would have different ones. Like, they would have longer sleeve ones, they would have short sleeve ones, and the short sleeve one kind of became the proto t-shirt. About the turn of the 1900s, I hate using the whatever century because it doesn't line up. I think that it's just a pretentious way of saying the years. The turn of the 1900s, there was a little bit more like, spinstery type people who didn't get married right away. And so there's a marketing, I didn't write down the company that did it. But there was a company that they called it the Bachelor shirt, where it was the top of the long johns, short sleeved, but it didn't have buttons or ties because men didn't know how to fix clothing because that was a woman's job.
You suck at life, so no more nice things for you.
No, so we got, the all-purpose.
No buttons for you. You suck. Take away your buttons.
And so just by sake of convenience and sake of ease and with like, of course, cotton production being very prevalent in the southern United States, it really kind of held on. And all these single dudes, they would wear them. And they didn't have to worry about, having to repair this very basic thing.
Maybe that was an easy way for like women to be like, oh yeah, that guy's single. He doesn't have any buttons.
Well, no, because this is an undergarment. You would never see it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Also, that's hilarious. I never thought about it that way. So yeah, the advantages of it was light, it was durable, or durable enough. It wasn't like super thick or something that was like difficult to work with. It was easy to clean and it was inexpensive. And this actually became, in the 1930s, the basic undergarment dress of the U.S. military.
Oh, yes.
And they could just, mass produce it, give it to the soldiers. It was easy to do.
Here, have some shirts.
In the 1930s, preluding the Second World War, there was a bunch of propaganda videos of U.S. soldiers on the decks of ships, like doing like ship work.
Yeah.
But they would have their usual like military. Because back in the day, it was always a button-up thing.
Yeah.
They would wear.
Yeah.
Well, they would have that off as they're working, and they're just in their t-shirts.
Oh yeah.
So this is basically like a lingerie advertisement of the time. Like it was very, very risque that you would see just a man in a t-shirt doing work.
Oh no.
Like, and well, actually, around this time, post Roaring 20s, this is when like flapper girls were around. So, like, the sexual revolution hadn't happened yet. That's more the 60s, but people were definitely very curious. But it was something you never really talked about.
Yeah.
Like, this is when, like, ladies' swimsuits started to become, like, two pieces. And it's like, you have skin. We can't see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all of that ridiculousness. So, yes, this is actually, like, it was basically like an Instagram workout video, essentially, is what it would equate to.
Yeah.
And so then men who weren't necessarily like in the military or like were younger or were older, they would go seek out these T-shirts and buy them and do like yard work, like work around with them because
T-shirts.
They're just like the military and they're macho. Yeah. Which is hilarious. Yeah, so it was just eye candy for the ladies. And then after the war, they would have advertisements in like newspapers and magazines that would say, "Wear what the soldiers wore. Get your own." So now it was like, well, you're not cool unless you have one of these.
So
now.
is this when like Hanes came around?
Yes.
I was gonna say this sounds about the time that they started making big packages of stuff.
Yes. So it was still only ever like an undergarment though, but it was one of those like kind of cool things you wear out of in like guy culture. Like there's like, okay, your boxers, your briefs. It was kind of like it was those type of conversations. Where it's like, oh yeah, dude, you know got this cool thing.
When did they start putting rolling packs of cigarettes up in their t-shirt sleeves?
That'd be like the 50s. That's a
50s?
Grecius thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're getting there. Do you know why that is?
Because they didn't have any pockets, hopefully.
Well, yeah. But you never wore T-shirts as as I'm wearing one now, as like outerwear until the 1950s. And it was a movie called A Streetcar Named Desire, where there's a scene where Marlon Brando, I've never seen the movie and I've never been a Marlon Brando fan. But he gives like a monologue and he's just in a T-shirt. He was basically Brad Pitt at the time or Chris Evans. It's
Chris Evans. Oh, that's
Captain America.
Okay. It's like, who's that?
And so it was like a big deal that they would have like this much screen time with this guy basically in his underwear, but he's wearing a T-shirt and jeans. And then later, I had that written down. Rebel Without a Cause, James Dean. So he iconed the greaser look with the white T-shirt with the black leather jacket over the top.
I don't even know if I've actually seen a picture of that guy. I think I've only heard his name before.
I'd say if you looked him up, you'd be like, oh yeah. So this is kind of like the equivalent of, I don't know if, you probably would equate it differently, but when David Tennant became Doctor Who, he said, "Give me a long jacket and some trainers," and the trainers were Chuck Taylor's.
Yeah, those were his.
Yeah,
Those were his, because they got him some other shoes, and he was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna wear my own," which is awesome.
But
he's a great guy.
Having him wear those as Doctor Who, and that at the time, like Doctor Who was blowing the hell up. Like, yeah, Chuck Taylor's been around for a while, but they surged in popularity after he wore them. For the whole time that he was the Doctor.
I mean, when he was the Doctor.
It would be 2012,
I was going to say,
14.
they were popular in the 2000s pretty wildly.
Well, yeah, they were, but they became even more popular. This might be before your time a little bit, but the Rachel haircut.
Oh, no, I know of the Rachel
Okay,
haircut, yes.
well, it's the same idea. Someone super popular having a trendy thing, and it caught on like wildfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, Marlon Brando and James Dean were the Jennifer Aniston of their era. They were the models that advertised the stuff by just wearing it.
Okay, so I looked up a picture of James Dean, right? That's the guy we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've never seen this guy's face in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not the one on the bottom.
I don't watch movies.
Okay, well, and then also it's
so I'm never going to know the movie stars because I
know.
I have no reference there. I don't know any, even like a lot of the modern ones. It's like, oh yeah, this guy from this such and such movie. I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, like there's a subreddit called Pop Culture Chat that comes up in the main feed of Reddit all the time, and it'll be like, who's your favorite female lead? And it's like all these chicks. I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are.
Who are these?
Like, who's the most iconic, whatever. And they'll have like 5 pictures. You scroll through them like, I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like that all the time. I'm like, who is that? I don't know.
So now we have the T-shirt is a ubiquitous item. Well, it's not ubiquitous, but it's something everyone's got to have now.
Yeah.
And like if you're just wearing a T-shirt, you're showing off muscle, you're showing off tone. But there's a little more you can do with it. And
when did the ladies start getting the T-shirts? Was it around the same time it started?
It was when they started to become graphic tees. So in the 1960s, then they started actually putting stuff on the T-shirts. Before then, they were pretty much just white or olive.
Gotcha.
And the reason why the 60s is because that was when a lot of like counterculture was happening. You know, that was the big hippie movement, the conscientious objectors of the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
And so it was a way that they could just get a mass of people that they could unify them.
Yeah. Like here's everybody wear this T-shirt with our saying on it.
With this message.
Yeah.
And then we'll go protest.
Because that's basically you're a walking billboard now.
Exactly.
For whatever message you're sending.
Oh, and at this time, like screen printing really started to take off. And the reason why that is because you can make a lot of the same thing. You can now mass produce these things.
Yeah.
You know, before there really wasn't any type of like ink printing on stuff, and if it was like a one-off piece.
Yeah. Or a lot of stuff had to be like hand embroidered for a long time.
Yes.
Still.
Yeah. So now you have this inexpensive garment that is easy to clean, that is very durable, that you can put anything on.
Yeah.
And it just the insanity ensues.
T-shirts.
One of the first mass-produced T-shirts was it had Andy Warhol's Campbell's soup can.
Oh hell yeah!
On it, I was like, oh, that's kind of rad.
And my legs.
And it was the graphic tee was launched into popularity again by the movies. John Seberg or Jean Seberg, she's a lady. In the movie Breathless, where she's working for the New York Herald, and she has like the company name like on her shirt as she's like, you know, very deliberately facing the camera, you know, giving a monologue to another character. And so then companies found out that they could put their shit on T-shirts and sell it.
Yeah.
And of course, rolling out of the 60s into the 70s, the Rolling Stones and Pink Floyd found out that they could print their own T-shirts for their bands.
Yeah.
And those were the first band T-shirts.
Tees. Woo!
So I rolled fashion and I got T-shirts. No, and that's not even my conclusion yet. So it's still kind of evolving as like trends kind of go in and out. 80s brought us the crop top. The 90s brought us the oversized. I think things kind of mellowed out in the 2000s.
Well, now the problem is everything's shuffling in and out all at the same time.
Yeah, and like now there's designer T-shirts, and I'm not just talking like Supreme, which that's marketing. That's not my jam. But also like there are separate companies that make like fitted T-shirts for like dad bod style people.
Yep.
And so that's actually kind of interesting that it's tailored, but it's not, because the idea of a T-shirt is it's one size fits all. Well, or it's, you know, small, medium, large, extra large.
Yeah.
And then also like what's on T-shirts changes. Like everyone knows the I Heart NY. Like
the New York.
Yeah, and it's simple, but it's effective. Yeah. In the early 90s, it was very popular to have things like for like community events, and the way that they would get logos on. You could screen print, but the thing with screen printing is it's actually a very, very involved process, and that I'll go into that after. But iron-ons were kind of the thing.
Iron-ons and puff paint.
Yes.
Puff paint was a huge deal too.
And the thing with like iron-ons is like, you can go to some like print shop and you can get like 50 of these things and then, you know, put them on T-shirts, and it was kind of easily and accessible.
Yeah.
But as like independent art really started to kind of blow up in the early 2000s, then everyone just kind of figured out how to do this thing. I think even here in Norfolk, there's like 3 or 4 screen printing shops. And you're thinking,
I'm trying to think of the other ones. Yeah, there might be only 3 now, because one of them did go, I think. I can't remember now. But anyway.
But in 2005, I screen printed my first T-shirt. I actually don't have it anymore because I lost it in the purge.
Mm.
We did, as an art class. Well, okay, yeah. As an art class, we did a whole drive for like our own like art class, and it was instead of got milk, it was got art, and then we had our own whatever we wanted to on the back, and mine was a characterized version of my face, and then a squirrel on the other side, because in English class we had to come up with a Native American name, and mine was Angry Squirrel Run Through Tree. And so it was a culmination of that. And then as a senior project in my senior art class in high school, we had to have like, what is it called? When you put together a bunch of stuff of a bunch of medium, not like an opus, but like a
Collage?
No.
What are you talking about?
No, it was like you had to have like one theme through things, and it was like you had to do like a painting, you had to do something 3D, you had to do something,
You're
like
just talking about a mixed media thing?
Yeah, but it was. I think we just called it our senior project, and so mine was. I was trying to put together a winter extreme sports company. It was called Avalanche Snow Gear. I still have the T-shirt that I made with that one. It's pretty sweet. And then I made like a digital art poster, and then I made like a diorama, and then I made like magazine advertisements for it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, the T-shirt, I still have that T-shirt. It says Avalanche Snow Gear.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that actually exists now. There's got to be a company. Like, come on.
By now, probably.
And like I had to go through the whole like design process. Like, okay, here's some logo ideas. Here's the whole sketch process. Like that was the idea with it. But yeah, one of the things I made for that was my own photo emulsion screen printed shirt. So there's a few ways to get something on a T-shirt. One of the easiest ways, well, you said puff paint.
Yeah, puff
that's
paint.
pretty easy. Or you can just have a cardboard cutout and spray paint.
Yeah.
That's a very grunge punk way of doing things.
Yeah.
I also had a shirt in high school that did fabric markers.
Yeah.
Just basic ink.
Yeah, and heat transfer vinyl is so accessible now.
Yes, and that was my next.
Yeah, that's what I do.
The thing with those is it doesn't set into the fabric. It's something that's on top, and so because of that, after a few washes, it will degrade.
Yeah.
But you're right; it is extremely accessible. It's very easy. And you can do one-off things very, very easily with it.
Yeah.
With other things such as like photo emulsion screen printing, it's a very, very involved process, and you can really only print one color at a time. Mm-hmm. So
it's a lengthy process.
Yeah, it takes you the same amount of time to develop all the screens for one T-shirt as it does for 100.
Yeah.
So it's actually easier to do like large batch things. And the whole process is actually kind of awesome. Have you ever done photo emulsion screen printing?
I haven't done any screen printing whatsoever.
So it's also like there's a lot of chemicals that go with it too. So that's also kind of a problem. You have to have like proper space to do it. But what you do is you take a silk screen, which think like a window screen, but really, really fine.
Yeah.
And you put this chemical on it that hardens under UV light. So you spread it onto the screen. As I'm gesturing wildly. You spread it onto the screen, and then you have to let it dry in a dark place. And then it'll set up, and it'll be kind of hard.
Yeah.
But it will still degrade in water. So what you do then is you have to take some type of transfer. I used like transparencies, like remember in school with the overhead projectors.
Yeah.
I would go to like FedEx, Kinko's, or like at school, and I'd print off transparencies. And then you put that on the screen. And then I had, depending on what type of light you use, depends on the exposure time.
Yeah.
So now it's like film.
Yeah.
So there's all those rules that go with it. What I would do is I would like block off all the windows in my bedroom, and then I would put everything in, and then just like take the curtains off the window, let it expose, and then close everything up, and then just wash it off in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And when it's exposed to light, it hardens. And then when you wash it off, you get the holes.
Yeah.
And that's what you put ink through.
Mm-hmm.
And again, ink. And then so you have to have one screen for each color.
Yep.
Because you can't mix them on the screen because it'll just make a mess. So if you have if you're trying to do an American flag, you have to have a white, and then that'll be like the entire image because you have to have a base.
Yeah.
And then over the top of that, you have to line it up perfectly, and then put red, and then line it up again and put blue. So it's very, very involved. So there's a huge art form to it.
Yeah. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, but when you nail it, it's awesome. Like this, I'm wearing a Dropkick Murphys t-shirt. This is screen printed. The one that you have, that's probably heat transfer. You can see how it's kind of cracking on the corners.
Away.
Yeah. The advantage of silk screening is it actually becomes one with the fabric. It actually dyes
bonded
the fabric.
to the fabric.
And then you heat set it, and then it's stained into it. So they're a lot more durable. But if you have to kind of know how to do it, it's not something you just kind of pick up and do. But you can only end up with like small images, basically. Like this is pretty simple. There's 3 colors involved here. But when you go to like Target or Walmart, and there's like elaborate prints of like kind of detailed images that look almost like photographs.
Yeah.
Those are a couple different techniques. One is direct to film, which think heat transfer, but like the ink is still wet.
Yeah.
Like you print it off onto like a paper and then you heat set it.
Yeah, they used to have those. Ouch. That was a thing in the 2000s. Is you could make your own. You would make it on a sheet, and it was almost like crayon type stuff. You would make it on the sheet. You would flip it over onto the shirt and burn it onto the shirt, basically.
Yeah.
Like melt it onto the shirt because it was like crayon stuff.
Yeah, because it's like almost like waxy.
Yeah. But same kind of idea, but it's using ink instead.
And then the final way to get an image onto a T-shirt, that's actually, it's more outsourced. Like you kind of have to have a warehouse to do this thing. It's called direct-to-garment printing. And that's where you get like the really...
yeah. You can tell because they're... like at the seams and stuff that it won't match up, or it will because it's just printed both on the same sides.
Yeah. Or this is also the one that you'll find like the pattern is on one side of the fabric but not on the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the way that works is basically just a giant inkjet printer.
Yeah.
And so it has to be outsourced to a company. It's not something you're not going to just go buy a direct to garment printer and just set up shop and start doing stuff.
Like a lot of times you can tell also because they'll have like wrinkles and stuff in it.
Yeah, if there's mistakes.
Yeah. A lot of leggings printed that way, I think.
Probably, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like large format stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, my personal favorite is silk screening. That's also our T-shirts that we got through my cousin's company, Shirts by Francis. He does specifically screen printing, and that was one of the reasons why I got into it so much. Is because I actually worked in a shop for a while.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Well, not for a while. I made T-shirts for our youth group a few years, and I was like, hey, if I do some of the labor, will it knock off some of the price?
Yeah.
So I'll leave you with one kind of a couple trivia things. Who do you think exports the most blank T-shirts?
It's China, isn't it? With Gildan?
It is China.
Yeah.
Next is Bangladesh, and third may surprise you, Germany.
That doesn't surprise me.
Why? I thought there'd always be like sweatshop things. Like they're a huge economy. Like you wouldn't be able to do it cheaply.
They do some of the basics over there too.
Fourth is Turkey, and fifth is Vietnam.
Yeah, that one was.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of textiles in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
The largest T-shirt in the world measured 357 feet by 241 feet. It was made in Romania in May of 2023.
All right.
It was then cut up and then made into. I think they delivered
T-shirts?
Well, they made it into garments for like charity.
Oh, cool.
And the largest company that sells T-shirts is Nike.
Well, they own Gildan or whatever, don't they?
They're a huge company, but yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, they own the... Whenever you get, like, a screen-printed T-shirt, it's usually, like, one of 3 brands. It's, like, Gildan,
Jerseys, Izod, or... Actually, there's... damn it. I can't think of the other one. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Hanes.
Hanes. Yeah, Hanes does them, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like getting some good old, just basic ass T-shirts from the men's section these days, because they're not...
They're comfy, they're durable, and they're not loud.
Yeah. Well, I just get the plain black ones. Plain black V-necks. I actually originally bought them to go under my Hapkido uniform.
Mm.
And then I was like, I really like wearing these, so I got more. And now I'm like, I should just throw out all of the shirts that I own and replace them with these black V-necks.
Well, it's also really make sure like what they're made out of. Like I have a 100% cotton tee that I got from Old Navy when I was in junior high. I still wear it.
Oh, jeez.
Like it holds up that much, and it's like the softest thing.
Mine are like the Target Goodfellow brand.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and they're pretty good. But if you really want some like really nice T-shirts and like athleisure clothes, you're gonna pay a bit for them, but they're the softest shit ever, and it's Viore brand. So they're at like REI and Dick's and stuff.
Yeah.
The nice shirts that he wears that are really soft. That's what brand those are, and they're kind of on the expensive side, but they just like perfected their blend, so it's like good quality still, but it's so soft. Oh, it's so soft. I really want to get one of their black jackets because they're really nice. And they're so soft. And he's washed them a lot, and they still stay soft and put together.
Nice.
But I think that's one of the other bad things about where we're at now with fashion is there's a lot of T-shirts out there that aren't made very well.
Yeah.
Anymore. Like, the T-shirt will just fall apart in a couple. So that sucks, but that's part of the whole fast fashion thing. But I've been not buying fast fashion for a long time now.
Like graphic tees are fast fashion.
Yeah, I know.
That's what they're.
I don't get graphic tees really anymore.
See, I like them because they're mementos, but like I mean, in all of my years, I've kind of got way too many of them.
Yeah, I'd rather have like a good quality plain shirt than a shirt with a print on it these days, unless it's something I really, really like.
Yeah, but,
like that damn GTR shirt that they only had a medium of. Curses.
Yeah. So yeah, T-shirts from whole beginnings of a pants with a butt flap all the way to
butt flap pants
to what everyone fucking wears.
Speaking of butt flap pants, I saw a advertisement the other day for like a kind of an athletic clothes like brand thing, and this specific piece of clothing was like a romper for. It was like a romper underneath with a dress over it for like festivals and stuff. Oh. So like you could jump around and stuff and not have to worry about showing your undies. So it had like the shorts built in through the top or whatever. But there were complaints that you'd have to, with any romper.
You have to get naked to pee.
So what they did is they made like a thing in the back that like overlapped. But when you needed to, you could like pull it down.
Oh.
So you could still go tinkle. Without having to take your whole thing off. And I was like, that's pretty neat, actually. That's the innovation we're looking for. That's what we need around here. But, of course, it only works with, like, stretchy fabrics. So you can't do it with some form of clothing. But, like, athleisure clothing, you could do that for sure. Easy. But anyway, butt flap stuff.
All right. So, yeah, that was kind of fun. I didn't know there was actually like weird like cultural ties to a T-shirt. I also didn't know that it was very like an American thing. Yeah. But yeah, now they're everywhere.
Yep. Cool stuff.
All right, let's spin to win. Or do you have?
Oh, right. My half dead phone. My more than half dead phone. My almost dead phone.
It's crying.
It's
Slap the thing on the charger in between episodes.
at 5%. Yeah.
Phone's up 1%, and there's girls I need to tech. So where's my fucking charger?
Don't get us copyrighted and copywritten. Copy.
Is Make Out even a band anymore?
They got a new singer.
Mm.
So yeah, I think so. That was a pre-pandemic though, so who knows? All right, you got history.
History.
Whoa, that's what I got this time. Or next time. Next episode for you people, and a little bit for us.
All right. So in closing, I have to give you a stupid joke, right?
Yes, you do have to give me a stupid joke.
All right. What do you call a production facility that makes things that are only okay? A satisfactory.
No. I don't like that one.
See, I thought you would like that one because that's
I
what
don't.
you've been playing.
Oh, we did. Where we were driving on like the outskirts of Denver, and then there was this factory that like just had shit all over the place. I was like, "That's not a very well laid out factory, now, is it?" Got a little giggle out of that one. That was good. Anyway,
Well, stay hydrated. Don't die.
be a menace.
Be an absolute menace.
Be a menace. Be a menace to society. That is my command for the week, I guess. Did I do a pro tip? Did I start doing a pro tip? Now I've forgotten about doing a pro tip. What's my pro tip for this episode? Make sure you brew your tea at the right temperature, otherwise it'll taste bad. There, that's a good tip for once.
Yes.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.